Good morning and Merry Christmas, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am back from, my trip out to, I guess, the South, Missouri, whatever you'd want to call it, section of the country. But if you guys didn't know, I was out there visiting my mom for a week and had to cut the trip a day short because, as you guys are well aware, as a lot of you East Coasters, Midwesterners, and basically everybody that is in Arizona and South Texas, you guys are getting hit with a heck of a cold front, so I wasn't going to stick around and figure out what negative 30 feels like and get stuck at the airport because we got work to do. So today is what? We're Thursday? So yeah, today is Thursday, I believe the 23rd, 22nd, something like that. Just woke up, got some coffee, just let the dogs out, and today we're just going to do a normal vlog. I'm not going to go crazy into detail about nothing else about any project. So I just got some tinkering to do on a car at the shop, so I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to hang out, hopefully, have a good day. Yeah, and Merry Christmas. So while I was out there, because my mom lives in the middle of basically nowhere, essentially compared to how I'm used to living, I needed some sort of entertainment, especially for the long drives and the airplane especially. So I seen Zosh's Instagram story. My girlfriend has a Nintendo Switch, and I played with it a little bit. I was like, it's alright, but she has, some more lame games like Animal Crossing. But Zosh posted one that he bought one, so I replied to his story. I was like, yo, is it actually worth it? Like, is it cool? Is it fun? He was like, heck yeah. So I went and, got myself a Christmas present. We got, I don't know, the newer model, I guess. Yeah, nothing crazy, but I mean, if you guys are any gamers, like I play Xbox. I got, I'll slap some cheeks on Modern Warfare 2 all night. But yeah, it was my first time in a long time touching a Nintendo. So I gotta say, I'm pretty darn stoked on it. But yeah, what'd you guys get yourself for Christmas this year? Just got into the shop and we got this gorgeous thing behind me. Yeah, we're working on this S14 today. So this thing's pretty gorgeous. Again, we're not doing nothing crazy. We're just doing a little bit of pipe work and trying to maybe chase down a noise if I can do it in the drivetrain. So yeah, I'm gonna, I just walked in. I'm gonna finish setting everything up. I'm gonna eat really quick and yeah, get some caffeine in me. Even though I had some coffee earlier, I had to wait around because I forgot I was getting internet installed. Well, at least the cables ran. We're getting Cox, the fiber optic stuff. So I had to wait around all morning because I forgot they were showing up. And they showed up and then, did their thing. So had to wait for them to leave. But now I got, some Rockstar and some pizza, and we're going to have a good day. So, yeah, basically, I guess I can give you the quick rundown on what we're doing on this thing. So the reason I didn't get to start this thing before I left town to go visit family is essentially, realistically, all we're doing is he wants me to modify this, just make him a new section that comes off straight. That's, easy because he needs space right here for the AC line so he can get hooked up more efficiently. And then he needs off the turbo, which is where this is from, because this is like a Garrett OE stock style turbo. So 3-bolt flange for the compressor for the outlet. So essentially he needs me to remake this section of charge pipe here, but I can't use the factory one, so we needed it to come straight so I can hug it against the chassis here and kind of tuck it down. And then from that, I can go ahead and I can make the intake tube, because ideally he has an air filter that he wants to sit roughly where this is, and this just needs to go lower so the air filter can come, up higher, if that makes sense. And then that's pretty much it. So just remaking this little section of charge pipe, making a little intake pipe, and putting a piece of straight pipe here. Pretty simple. I mean, he said I could probably just redo this if I wanted to use aluminum, but ideally there's no sense in wasting his money. I mean, the 90-degree elbow is going to do the same thing as me making an aluminum one and just replacing this straight. So we're going to keep it sleek and simple and just get this thing knocked out. But I'm not too sure why we got two of these here. One has a gasket, one doesn't, and I don't know. But we got two to work with, so I guess that's a start. It's pretty darn chilly today. It's definitely not that Midwest cold that you guys got, well, the rest of the country that's got that cold front running through right now, but it's chilly enough to where, at least in here, it's perfect in the sun. But anyway, any of that off to the side now. I'm just one of those guys that likes to start on the hard stuff first. I don't know. I just like feeling more accomplished, getting that stuff out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start taking this charge pipe out really quick, and we'll get cracking on this. Now that we got a little bit of room and a little bit of light in here, you can see what I'm trying to do. So this 3-bolt flange here, that's going to be the outlet for the charged air. So that needs to come over to here. I may have to change this fitting to, well, actually I can probably just rotate it that way. I think that was my initial idea. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter which flange I use because the stock one just uses this gasket here. So I can use the O-ring or the gasket, so I can just pick which one I like better. But yeah, basically just build a 90 off of this and rotate this down, and then that'll give us room to build us a little air intake off of this, and yeah, should be pretty cool. So the way I'm looking at this right now, I noticed that the main difference is this one, this off-brand one, compared to the Vibrant, has a fitting port right here, which I would assume is for the pressure for the boost. This hose right here, because this is the factory pipe, and they've got this fitting on here, and to me that looks like it should be roughly the same size. I'm going to pull this out really quick, but worst case, I can just integrate this section of pipe into this, so I might just try and do that because this is already here, so that's probably going to be easier for me, so I'm going to do that instead actually. So in that case, let's just go with the Vibrant piece. You can't beat Vibrant's quality, and they even send you new hardware. So you can see that the sizes are pretty much a direct fit, so since we're using a Silcom coupler, it should fit just fine, not too worried about that. So I don't know how well you guys can tell, but that ain't gonna work. So we're gonna need to get a 2 to 2.5 inch coupler in a 90. So yeah, that's problematic, but it's an easy fix nonetheless. While there is a shop that's right around the corner that sells something like that, I just text the owner of the car, just waiting for, if he wants me to just run down and get it for him. Or he can just order it, but that way we can get this part done today. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting on that text, I guess I'm just gonna move on to the easy thing and just change out this this left side one really fast. All I did for this guy was I rotated this coupler a little bit, and because it's still not a perfectly straight shot because the angle of the manifold over here, I just made it look a little bit cleaner by doing it like this, and we got our bead rolled end right here. I will just weld it like that, and it just clears up a little bit of space. There's not that big hump coming out this way, so the AC line has a little bit more room to work around. Well, I'm still waiting on him to text me about the coupler. We're working on doing the intake. He has this little portion here, weird little, adapter thing. I'm not sure why. But, that's what we're working with. So I took this, I found this in his box of parts in the car, so I just shortened this down. And now I'm going to shove that under there. That kind of gets us pointing right there. And now I'll be able to shorten this down and re-weld it so it has, the fitting on it. And then we can shove this just right down into there, and ideally the filter would sit somewhere, get off of there, ideally the filter will sit somehow right around there. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. So I needed this really stubby, and I didn't feel like making a new plate, because this is like glued on, like with silicone or something. I tried prying it off and it didn't want to come off, so I didn't want to really mess with it since I'm sure he had it that way for a reason. So I just shortened it down, welded a bead around the edge to act as, you know, a seal. Not that it really needs it because this isn't pressurized piping, but now that fits right where I want it. Perfect, right there. So now I just throw some clamps on it and she's done. Not too bad, eh? So he did just text me. He gave me the okay to go grab the coupler. So I'm going to go ahead, throw some clamps on that really quick, and then, yeah, then we can come. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to throw clamps on that because I need it out of the way to work. So I'm going to go grab the coupler, and we'll finish up the charge pipe piece and call it freaking good. I'm getting stoked again. Wasn't feeling it this morning when I first got back. I was just kind of bummy about, you know, kind of getting back to the grind. But I'm feeling it now. All right, wait. Got this. This is all that they had. I'm probably going to just trim it down because this is really thick, or really long. It's 3.5 inches on each side, but this is what we needed. 2 inch up here, 2.5 down here. So as you can see, I had to trim this thing down pretty darn short, but I got it, and now I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, it's going to be easy, but I'm just looking at how to get this right here to attach to that down over there. So it should be kind of like a rough 45-degree angle coming out of that coupler and just shooting it straight across. But the piece that I need to integrate is just this port right here. So I may just try and see if I can, you know, figure out a way to shorten this and just put the bead roll on each end. Well, it is in. The fitment is just extremely tight. Like, yeah, it's it's tight. So basically, that's pretty much all I can do at the moment. Yeah, because I need. He wanted me to extend the muffler out a little bit too, because the tip. Sorry, focus. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the tip of the muffler is a little sucked in. Let me show you that really quick. Let me put this away. Because he has this body kit on here and such, so you can see the tip sucks in just a little bit. And I mean, it's a Tomei, so it's titanium, so I told him I can extend it because I've worked with a little bit of titanium. The only issue that I just thought of, though, when I looked under there a second ago, is that I can't just extend it because I'd have to then extend the hangers. So like, ideally he wants me to extend it a couple inches, and I just don't know that I can do that without doing new hangers. But I don't know. I don't really know how to purge hangers, because you have to purge titanium. You can't just not purge it. Like stainless, you can get away with using a different filler. Titanium has to be absolutely purged. I don't really know how to do that. Like, I know how to purge the inside of the pipe, but I don't know how to purge a part around the pipe. But anyway, so he's got a noise coming from the drive shaft area. I'm going to see if I can't get this thing up on the lift really quick, and maybe see if I can hunt it down. It's rotational as well as driving. It almost sounds like the heat shield is rubbing the drive shaft or something. I don't know. It's a very metallic-y noise. But yeah, let's try and see if we can fix that for him. A slight change of plans. I have to take the side skirts off to get this car on the lift, because the side skirts drop down about probably a good 3 inches or maybe 2 inches from the pinch welds. They're fiberglass. I'm not going to risk damaging them. And I don't have the wheel key. The guy has the wheel key. He didn't leave it in the car. So, you know, not a big deal. But at least, you know, all the front end labor is done. So I need a second set of ears to change or to chase the sound anyway. I got to have him ideally, you know, in the car and, you know, put it in gear and drive it. Because, again, it sounds kind of like drive shafts, maybe transmission noise or something. So you need 2 ears or 2 sets of ears to really chase that one down. But I think that pretty much wraps up my work for the day here. So let's go wash the S2000. It's been a few weeks since I washed it. It is looking absolutely disgusting, especially since the dudes from Cox this morning told me I didn't need to move my car, and then they, you know, ended up using their digging thing and got dirt all over the side of the car. And I think they put a few scratches in it. So I'm kind of pissed at them. Nothing crazy, but like, I think they'll buff out just fine. But it's just like, really? You guys tell me not to move it, and then you kick dirt at it like a bunch of douchebags. But let's go wash the car. Let's just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. So I just got back from the car wash, and I just wanted to show you this before I ended the video out. So like I mentioned in the last clip or whatever, that we had the cable ran today, so that's it right there. And so the car is parked pretty much exactly right here, and you can see the trench line, you know, all the turned up dirt where they went over there. And I asked them when they were starting to sweep dirt away, I was like, hey, do you need me to move it? And they said, no, we won't touch it, it'll be fine where it is, we're not, you know, it's not intrusive or whatever. I was like, all right, whatever, listen to them. And yeah, I wasn't paying attention because I was talking to the neighbor or whatever. So like I mentioned, I came back before and there's some scratches, and now that I washed the car, they're still definitely there. So I don't know, you guys can see that, like ignore the orange peel, but you see that heavy scratch that's there, and then there's a few odd ones coming like down the side of the car here, and then we got this good one right here. You can see that, this whole thing here. So, and then this guy here, because some of these were here, like the heavy sand marks were here, but these actual scratch lines were definitely not here, like that guy. So I still got to file or call to schedule my other appointment, and you know, I'm going to mention it to them. I'm going to bring it up and see kind of what they say, if there's anything that they can do for that. Granted, the car needs a paint job anyway, but I mean, yeah, so I'm just still not happy because, you know, at the end of the day, it is still my car. Anyways, I'm just going to wrap this video up here. I don't really know what to do about that, but, you know, I'll figure it out. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, again, the car does need a paint job, so I'll figure it out. Maybe I can get a couple bucks from them towards paint job, but I'm not expecting anything because it's, you know, corporate America. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing by now. If you want to help support the channel by any means, please use those Vivid Racing affiliate links and those Amazon affiliate links in the description, and then you can also go purchase some merch in the Big Cartel. Anyways, guys, do what you love, forget about the rest, enjoy your weekend, and Merry Christmas. See you in the next one. Peace.